Parnell of Saturday Night Live fame. got to work with him, which was a lot of fun. He definitely, I had a lot of when I wrote my director's treatment, I had a lot of guys in mind for the voice, and unfortunately, or fortunately and unfortunately, Chris Parnell wasn't one of my people that I had on the list. I had like Charlie Day, and I Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I had I had some wild cards like Reggie Watts, this crazy comedian who beatboxes, and I had Will Arnett, and who seems to be in every commercial now. Yeah. But anyway, so it was fun getting to create this character, give him a voice, and obviously, we were really excited about creating this new character, Progressive, because they've had Flo for so long. I'm sure you guys know who Flo is. Yeah. A lot of people don't like her. A lot of people love her, though. That's the funny thing, is that she's got more Facebook fans than, like, President Obama, which is it's insane. So getting the opportunity to introduce, like, a new character for such a global, or I don't know about globally, but at least a nationwide brand was pretty awesome, and I got to work. It was myself for the pitch. It was myself and two other designer illustrators. We did a lot of character art, and that will be up on my website soon. You'll get to see that. I'm updating my site right now. But a lot of the concept art that we did was awesome, and the agency loved it. We worked with Arnold out of Boston, and it was a great collaborative experience for me, because I actually wrote. They gave me a really loose script, and they had this idea of this talking box, and they didn't really know who he was, what his personality was. They had one image of him sitting on a leather chair, and that was it. And it was like a really crappily done sort of sketch of him. So they didn't really give us a whole lot in terms of what's great about that is that they didn't give us a whole lot, because that means that we got to take it to another level. But it was a lot of fun. I even wrote some of the lines in that script, like "Down the Hizatch" and "I got your six pack right here." That whole bit with him, showing his abs was my idea, and so it was a really great collaborative experience working with them. And just so you guys know, I also write a lot, and I'm developing little short series. I've got one called Buttheads, and it's I've been living in New York since May, and 77% of litter in this city is cigarette butts, and it pisses me off. So I want to do this little series of shorts, and they're going to be all comedic, and they're all based around characters who are cigarette butts, and they have little faces on them, and they're just sort of upset with the hand that they've been dealt in life, because they've been flipped onto the dirty streets of New York. So there's going to be these little stories and vignettes, and most of the team that did the spot that you guys just saw are going to be working with me. We're going to go shoot a bunch of plates in New York, and then we're going to develop all the character art, and then model them in CG, and track them into the live action, light them properly, and it'll look seamless. It'll look like real talking cigarette butts, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to do very sort of expressive animation, almost like cell animated, in terms of the way their eyes and their mouth move. So keep an eye out for that. That's definitely something we're going to be developing next year.
What do you mean by plates? You said you went to New York to shoot plates.
So that's the Progressive spot.
Wait, Brian. We have a question about plates. What exactly does that mean?
If you guys want to stop me, interrupt me, and ask questions, please go for it.
Yeah. Sure thing.
But what are plates? You said you were going to shoot plates in New York.
Sorry, that's just what you call when you shoot live action. Whatever you shoot, that's what's called a plate. It's like a background plate. For example, just the opening shot of Progressive with the tailor, who you guys, I don't know if you guys watch Boardwalk Empire, but that's Steve Buscemi's limo driver, Anthony Lachura, who plays the tailor in the spot, and he's considered background talent or an extra because he doesn't have any speaking lines. If he has a speaking line, then you get into crazy SAG, and the commercial automatically goes way up in terms of the budget. because you have to pay these actors a certain price if they have speaking lines or if they don't have speaking lines. But basically, that's, live action is called a plate, and then the CG characters are comped or composited into the plates. And we just, without getting too deep into technical, but like when we shoot the live action, I work with a DP, but then I have a couple technical directors come with me from the mill, and they take like Canon 5Ds, and we do these HDR. You shoot the plate, you bracket it, and you shoot it with different lighting. So then when you take that into a specific software, and then you feed that into Maya, it reads all the data from the plate, and it will automatically light your CG scene to match the live action. So it creates a very seamless, integrated world, and it's very important for doing really well done CG. So that's that. You guys have any more questions about that?
I don't think so. Well, I remember looking at your looking at the PDF you had of the pitch for the Dentine commercial, and you had a lot of like 3D looking work in there.
Yeah, let's get into that.
It was really realistic. I was surprised how well it looked.
Oh, thanks. And you know what? Honestly, I some other style frames, but they were at work and working from home. I wasn't able to show you guys that, so I'll have to, I'll just email you guys some more of these style frames tomorrow or later this week, so you can kind of see some of the other style frames that went along with this pitch. This was a pitch that came while we were working on Progressive, which is kind of funny because the gum character is very similar to the box character in terms of like it's a square with two eyes and a mouth. You can pull open the treatment, but there's a PDF, and I just wanted to I included a treat, like this is a treatment that I wrote and did the artwork for with another friend of mine who I work with. His name is Aaron Quinn, a talented illustrator. The two of us did all the character and style frames, and I art directed him and wrote this treatment. So this is kind of what when you get a script in from an agency. This actually didn't have a script. They came to us before they even had the script, and they were just like, "We want you guys to help us develop these characters." And along the lines, I was telling them like, "Hey, we can help you develop scripts. I helped write this other thing, and I directed it." So they're like, "Yeah, absolutely, that'd be great." So I'm still unsure if we're going to direct the whole thing or if they're going to work with another director and then we're just going to do the characters. We'll see. And that, that's fine by me. I'm happy directing the whole thing and getting to do the whole thing. I mean, obviously I'd rather do that, but if we're just doing the characters, that's going to be fun too. So this is the treatment that I wrote, and I'm not going to read the whole thing to you guys, but you guys, Mike, if you want to give everyone a copy of this so they can kind of read through and later on kind of get a sense of like what it is to direct and write these treatments, these director's treatments, and the artwork for it. So
I'm showing them the PDF right now. Like I'm just scrolling through to like the images of the Dentine packets and stuff.
About character work is that I never like to reference other characters, like that you would see, currently. I always like to try to push myself and the artists that are working with me to look for other inspiration.